Welcome to the very Portland segment of our Open on Candid Portland Supply live streaming event. This is day 2 of a 4-day virtual trade show that we're putting on right now because you can't go to the real ones because there's a pandemic. So we are, throughout the days of the trade show, which go from Tuesday to Friday, we are meeting with brands in different categories and letting the makers talk and just kind of let us know about their brands and what makes them special and unique. So this current half-hour block, we're going to be talking about Very Portland, a broad category. Again, you can shop the trade show from anywhere in the world, but we're focusing on Portland brands pretty much exclusively because we've got a regional flavor that cuts across all sectors. So without further ado, I would like to invite our first speaker. This is Amy from Pink Tiger Games. Let me give you the floor.
Hi.
Hi. Let me unpin my video. Oop, there we go.
Are we
Welcome.
ready? Thank
We're ready.
You. Great. Hi, my name is Amy Bayo. I own Pink Tiger Games here in Portland. I aim to create sweet and super kind games that make people feel seen and heard, communication, connection, empathy-focused experiences you can play with anyone, anywhere, family, friends, partners, coworkers, and even strangers. My first game is You Think You Know Me. It's a conversational card game that came out in March of 2018. Portland Monthly Magazine called it Cards for Humanity, which is very sweet. And it has sold over 9,000 copies around the world. And I've been out of stock since May of this year, and I'll be getting more at the end of this month. So I'm very happy to be back in stock soon. And it has 500 unique cards, and it's for 2 to 10 players. All of my games are for ages 13 and up, but they're very family friendly. You Think You Know Me cards are things like either ors, fill in the blanks, do or don'ts, things like that. So and the cards range from like silly food preferences to deeper life stuff. So the idea is that everyone can feel comfortable answering a variety of questions, and you guess how other people would answer. Things like, I know you do or don't recline your airplane seat. I know you do or don't like surprises, or I know that blank motivates you. So you'd guess how other people would answer, and the person to get 7 right first and lose all their cards is the winner. You Think You Know Me has been credited with 2 marriage proposals so far, and we have one happily married couple, and the other couple that were going to get married this summer had to postpone due to COVID. But from first dates to college professors using You Think You Know Me as an icebreaker, families, teens, I've got middle school counselors that have used You Think You Know Me. It's just been amazing to see the game out in the world and finding its audience. And in Portland, you can find it at Powell's, Tender Living Empire, Land Gallery on Mississippi, With Love from PDX, which is an online company, and Herbivore Clothing, and many more. Lots more places. My second game is called Flatter Me, and it was just released. This is brand new. This is a 2-player complement battle card game that's played like the classic card game of war, but in this case you are battling to receive and to give the most heartfelt compliments. So there's something for everyone in Flatter Me. The cards, I have a bunch here, and they are, the art is by a Portland artist, Ashley G, and she is very talented and great. So things like, you pay attention to people more than your phone, you're better than brunch, you stand up for yourself, you push yourself to do hard things, you're as cute as a cupcake, you shine so bright, you're a fireball who gets things done, you follow your heart, you're a superhero. So their compliments range like from very specific things to very just sweet and fun things. And when you watch people play and when you play, it's just lovely. It's so sweet and it's very, very cute because people are just throwing down compliments and they're like, no, you, no, you, no, you.
That's so great. No, it's so true. I mean, I personally love a very complex game as much as the next person as a former Dungeons and Dragons and Magic the Gathering player. But these are the games that I find myself playing more often in group settings, as the ones that are more conversational, the apples to apples kind of vibe where it's like you're not sitting there micromanaging your hit points, you're interacting with your friends with this vehicle of gamingness.
Yes, totally. And that's I also wrote the cards for Flatter Me to be given as gifts. So you can slip them into a greeting card or a gift bag. You can give them away at any time to, as a note of affection. People can carry them around in their wallets or put them at their desks just as their own affirmation, self-care kind of boost too. So yeah. I wrote the game with multiple uses in mind as well. And my personal design rule is kind of what you just said. Like, I want to make things that I love. I want to make things that help people communicate. I want to make games that are sort of interactive art that encourage, you to share as much as you want to share. Like, I've had people with You Think You Know Me be like, oh, but what if I don't want to share? Well, you sure don't have to. You can, and people ask if people lie during You Think You Know Me, and again, that's up to you. I find that that's not the best strategy because you're trying to have a heartfelt moment or just fun, and I think it's more fun if you tell the truth, but that's just me. I want my games to deepen the relationships around us. I want them to be really good gifts, and I want to make things that are timeless.
That is fantastic. No, these are really great, and I'm very excited that they're part of our show. And if you are a retailer who wants to stock a little bit of this on your shelves too, come find us at Portland Supply. We have a very packed half hour, so I'm gonna move on to our next guest, if that's okay. But thank you so much for presenting, Amy.
Thank you.
These are fantastic. Up next, we have March Party Goods. Hannah, I'm going to make you the leader here. Another great, let's see. Oh, all right, you're on.
Can both Mary and I be on at the same time by any chance? Or?
Yes, yeah, why not?
Okay.
Let's see what happens. One moment, let me unmute. Let's make it a little weird. All right, other presenters, I'm gonna bump you for a second and we're gonna do it like this. It'll be great.
Thank you.
Yeah. And here we go.
So we are March Party Goods. I think Mary's probably still joining, but we just launched kind of at the end of last year, the beginning of this year. And we were super excited to get started. We went to New York now, and then as we all know, COVID hit. So it's been a bit interesting process for us getting started. Mary's having trouble getting in, it sounds like. But yeah, so we are a party goods store. Our initial launch is focused on gift wrap, and we are pattern designers. We all work together. There she is.
Hi.
So yeah, I'll let Mary kind of speak to how we got started.
Sure. Hi. So I own a design firm called Make Like that's been in Portland for about 20 years. And Hannah joined Make Like 8 or 9 years ago. And there's another woman, Tara, that works at Make Like. And the three of us got together and decided we wanted to start another company. And we wanted it to be focused on pattern because at Make Like we make wallpaper, and we love making wallpaper. That's one of a favorite out of a lot of jobs we do. And so we thought it would be great to do something that was easier for more people to buy. Wallpaper is quite a commitment. It lives in your house for a long time. So with the focus on pattern and art, we all create our own art. We decided to launch a party goods store focusing on wrapping paper first, and we're rolling out with plates and cups and napkins and things soon. But some of our wrapping paper, I have some samples here. So some of it's more kid-like. It's all double-sided, so you can do sort of a mix and match.
Oh, wow.
Make all your
That's
gifts.
gorgeous.
Thank you. And then our goal was to make things that could be used for kids or adults. So we have some that are more sophisticated. This is a Christmas pomegranate print. And we have some that are more fun, just pattern-based. With all of them, we have matching ribbons. And I think one of the coolest thing is everything's made sustainably. So from the ink to the paper to everything else, Hannah was able to visit the factory where we produce the products. And Hannah, do you want to speak to the sustainability?
Yeah, so when we all got together and started trying to brainstorm what we wanted to utilize our patterns on, we were super excited about this idea of parties and also super excited about sustainability, as Mary said. So everything we make, we focus on making it as sustainable as possible within the parameters. I got to go to the facility, which was super cool just to see the printing techniques and the presses. But the company that we use is really awesome because they use 100% renewable energy to print the papers. And then any of the transportation, so once that paper is shipped to us, they use offsets and invest in renewable energy and clean technology projects. So it feels really good. The product is not only like super fun and cute, but you can feel good about buying it and knowing you can recycle it. The ribbon is all biodegradable cotton, which is also pretty cool. So everything you're using, while generally gift wrap is like a one-use product, it feels better because we're able to recycle it.
That's great.
Yeah. I think there's more details on.
Oh yeah, no, but that's great.
Yeah, we're super excited about the products, and there's going to be more in the future. We have so many ideas, so we're excited to keep going with that.
No, that's wonderful. We're very, very happy to have you as part of the event. I've been talking with Tara a bit, getting you guys set up. Yeah, it's really gorgeous stuff, and I think it's so great because it's as wrapping paper as party goods. Like your product can be added to anyone else's. So your audience is literally anyone who gives gifts, which is a good market to have. Wonderful. Well, thank you very much. I think it is time to move on to our next brand, but thank you so much for joining us. March Party Goods, Hannah and Mary, we will see you online.
Okay.
Bye.
Let me bump you back down to attendees real quick and bring on our next guest. Up next, we have Dave from 33 Books. One moment while I get you queued up. And thank you everybody for your patience. I know despite having been on Zoom calls pretty much nonstop for the last 6 months, we're always learning how to do today's new flavor. Okay, looks like you're on.
I am. Do you see me okay?
Welcome. Yeah, can see you just fine.
Awesome. So I'm Dave from 33 Books. I got a little photo studio set up quick here. I was going to do some product photography this morning, so it was kind of good timing. But yeah, I make little notebooks and things for people who like to eat and drink good things. So it goes from, let's see, can you see? I don't know how much you can see everything here, but
yeah, no, it's all in frame. Looks great.
This is my little 6-pack retail display here. This contains 6 of my little tasting notebooks. This is the first one that I did. It's a little beer tasting notebook. And just like the previous people, my stuff is all super sustainably made. This book is 33 pages, all 100% recycled paper, printed right here in Portland. Yeah, this is the beer notebook. As I said, this is my first one, and it has a little bit of beer in the ink, which is kind of like cryptically noted on the back. It's just kind of a fun detail people like.
I love it.
But they retail for $5, so it's like kind of a no-brainer. People put them on the counter and they just kind of fly away, especially like around the holidays. They're a great gift, but I use them myself all the time. This is a big passion project for me, and as I've been doing this, I've gotten interested in lots and lots of different things. So Sake is the newest book. I just added that to the website this morning. I'm going to be having a launch party for that in a couple weeks here. But super interesting beverage. I just love learning about new things, and that's a really cool one. My friend Soya Max did some calligraphy for the front of it, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
And yeah, I do kind of related things like this is a donut map of Portland, featuring 40 plus donut shops in the Portland metro area. This is the inner core of Portland, the whole, so to speak. And then here we have the outer ring. Might have to update this after COVID, unfortunately. A few of these places are closing, I hear, but great little wall hanger, great gift for people who like coming to Portland and donuts.
No, and I've noticed too, it after a while, if you don't have your own donut place that none of your friends know about, you don't really matter in this town.
Portland street cred is donuts. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, outside of that, like I said, I make a lot of different things. This is another like really popular gift item. It's a whiskey tasting set. So everything I make is made here in the U.S., designed 100% by me, usually fulfilled by me. Except for this glass, which I bring in from Scotland. It's a whiskey tasting glass in my whiskey tasting set. And it's the Queen's favorite glass as well. So that shows you how nice it is.
Well.
People are usually delighted to get it. It's a great little gift. And
no, that's lovely.
Yeah. So I've been doing this, I don't know, 10 years or something like that. And it's just been a great little ride. I love doing it. I'm always making new things, exploring new flavors.
No, this is fantastic. I was unfamiliar with your work before this call, but these are all great. And I imagine these are very nice things to have on your shelves or counters come holiday time when people are like, what do I get for Greg?
Yeah, when they see the rack, especially, people are like, oh, I didn't know you had a hot sauce one, and I should get that one for Greg, and I should get that one for Uncle Jed, and this is for Stu, and it's a really fun thing. Everybody knows somebody who's passionate about something, and
yeah, no, and especially I think as we spend so much time staring at our phones, like having something that is that form factor that you can put in your pocket, but is also tactile and real and not just shining 10,000 pixels directly into your brain is increasingly appealing.
When you're doing a sensory thing like tasting wine, or you're at a bar, when we go back to bars again, it's a pretty antisocial thing to bring out a phone and like start tapping your notes in there. But you whip the book out and you start writing, it's like a piece of cake. Nobody gets upset about it. And I find it like complements the aesthetic of a tasting experience rather than kind of interrupts it. There's something about tasting with your mouth and writing with your hands. And,
wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Dave, from 33 Books. Available on Candid, as everybody is. The show's going on for another 2 days after today, so get in there and make his get this in your store. It's very, very easy. Yeah. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Of course. Moving on to our final guest for the half hour, I'm going to bring on Morgan from 20 Leagues, 33 Books to 20 Leagues. I'm very familiar with both your brands because you sit at the top of our alphabetically sorted data tables. I know, what a claim to fame. So Morgan, perfect. You guys are muted, it looks like. I don't know if I can unmute you from here. Can you?
You can hear me?
Yes, you're on.
Awesome.
Welcome.
So I'm Morgan, and this is also Jamie. We are a husband and wife team making up 20 Leagues.
That's us.
We're here in our shop today, and we're going to tell you a little bit about our business here. Jamie, do you want to?
Please.
Sure. We are, 20 Leagues. We're mostly known for kind of stocking stuffers and impulse items, things that just, like Dave said from 33 Books, I did, are really great things that just kind of fly off the shelf, easy things for people to grab and gift in particular. We're probably most, just before we start, anybody who's interested in ordering should contact Morgan at 20leagues.com and drop us a line. We'll send you wholesale catalogs and things like that. We've got some fancier things in the works for our wholesale as well. So let's just introduce you to a few of the products and let you know kind of what we do. I think we're probably most known for our ornaments, in particular this little guy. They're all
Everything's very small.
hand modeled forward. There's like these little laser cut made out of plywood and paper laminated thing we do. We laser cut them all right there, in fact. And sell these. These are $10, $5 in wholesale, and we have sold very, very many of these throughout Oregon. We're most known for ones in the shape of Oregon, ones in the shape of Washington, and just because, you know, there's a bigger world out there, we've learned slowly. We've started to do things like Sasquatches and more just kind of generic holiday themes.
And we've got our brand new one hot off the press. I'm going to bring it in for close because we all need to be reminded of this these days.
Yes.
Based on the famous poster.
Ugh.
Hang in there, guys.
Never more
All right.
needed than right now.
Yeah, maybe just generally speaking, terms-wise, we do 30-day terms after first order, and we usually fulfill within 2 to 3 weeks. It's Morgan and I these days making everything. Hopefully, we'll be pulling employees back into our life here soon.
And our minimum order is just $100, so it's a really easy way to get in and try some stuff out in your store.
That is a really easy way to get in, Morgan. A product that we've done this year. Let's just move through our kind of classic products.
Yeah.
You want to introduce fancy ones?
So after our ornament and magnets, we started playing around with these fancy plant dioramas. You can see one on display here if you squint really hard. They're little figurines you put into a plant to make it happy. And we've got 12 different styles total. We've got this ever popular Sasquatch, Bigfoot, dinosaurs are great, and then the gnomes are a good one too. We like them all.
Oh, these are great. I will say, as a parent of small children during COVID, we are doing a lot more just walking around the neighborhood, and every yard we see, whenever we see little creatures in the bushes and the trees, it is like my kids still fall for it every time. So it's very, it is a great thing you can do for your community
but we
right
plant
now.
around our house and our property too.
Yeah.
We have a reputation in our neighborhood. We're very Portland, I think. Yeah, so let's just introduce quickly. A new thing we've started doing this year, and it's been a little derailed by all of the things, but we've started doing tool bags. These are actually the one thing we don't make in Portland. These are ethically sourced from people who are women in particular, who are coming out of things of crisis. We do that through a really amazing brand called Meridian Lee. So check them out as well, Meridian Lee, just kind of quick plug there. And then we've rebranded them with our kind of peculiarities. So we have here like a little business robot, and we have a little lab pig. We have
there's about a half dozen styles.
About a half dozen styles. These are really great. These are $25, and then just half again in wholesale, and it fits all our minimums and things like that. And those have started to do really well for us as well. Things we do just to kind of show off our, we'll call it quirky personality, is that we do a lot of little action figures. So these are showing up on the desks all over Portland as well. And there we have a little Sasquatch on a T-Rex. We have a little astronaut, Valentine bear, all these tiny little action figures that again sell for $5. They're a really simple thing to get for that person who, if you're related to us and you're like, what in the world do we buy those people? Things like this.
Yeah.
Because we will just sit there and giggle ourselves.
The most popular out of those guys is, if you're familiar with D.D. Cooper, he's
intimately.
Infamous, you know?
Yeah, we're not related, but.
No, okay, is that your, great.
Yeah, no, I just have read about him, that's all.
This is a D.B. Cooper action figure that comes with his own parachute that you can toss up like the Koopa Troopers. And again, they're just $5, $2.50 wholesale, so those ones are pretty fun.
They're awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, just start. Oh, one final little product that we've been doing for a really long time, and is wood stickers, which are these little laser cut veneer. We do things like slugs and Sasquatches, and again, just all kinds of things on the laser. Like Dave, we love designing products, maybe too much so. We've discontinued more products than we currently sell, so we just love doing things like that. And so contact Morgan at 20leagues.com if you want to order. $100 minimum, usually kind of 3-week fulfillment. Hopefully that gets a little challenging over the holidays here. And beyond that, we wanted to thank Candid in particular, Prosper Portland, Mercatus, all the people who presented. And and for those of you who are stuck at home, quick plug. If you have Hulu, there's a really great show called Making It with Nick Offerman and Amy Poehler. And if you watch it, you can keep an eye out for this weird science guy from Portland, who has no idea how he got on that show, but woke up one morning and found himself inside a television set. And here we are. So check that out. And definitely check out our products.
You guys just got me 1 degree of Kevin Bacon closer to Amy Poehler.
I'm actually
on the list.
I think I'm at 3 degrees now, but I think there's a chance I'll move it too soon.
I'll take it.
I've been monitoring it.
Awesome. Well, yeah, no, thank you. This is all fantastic. We're very happy to have you as a part of the show, and thank you for taking the time to walk us through your whole everything. I assume you're in the studio where it gets made. Oh, it's great.
Lots of little bins.
Thank you very much.
This is super wonderful stuff. Yeah, thanks again. So this is 20 Leagues. You guys are on the Portland Supply website. I'll post the link at the end of the show. It's, again, just for people who are just catching up with us. Portland Supply, it's 100 makers and brands from Portland who are brought together by Prosper Portland and the A&O division there. Portland Made and Mercatus PDX have curated this, I think, pretty amazing show. We're talking with folks. You're our last one for this morning. Then we got a whole slew of other sectors tomorrow. The show itself goes through Friday. There's Portland Made's going to be hosting an Instagram live event on Friday as well. It's really nice being, I'm in my laundry room. You're all, everybody's in their homes. Everybody's just doing their own things in their own little pods. And it's really nice to have this sort of connection and have some semblance of a trade show experience, even though we can't all be coughing on each other at the Javits Center like we would be this time of year. Yeah, thank you so much. I'm gonna let you go, get back to fulfilling the slew of orders that I'm sure are coming your way.
Awesome, they're pouring in.
Yeah. All right, thanks again.
That was fun.
So that does it for this morning. We're going to be coming back at 1 o'clock. Same link, it's just, I talked to the people at Zoom. You can apparently just let these things run all day. We are going to be talking with folks from Prosper Portland again at 1 o'clock, and then people from the United States Commercial Service at 3 o'clock p.m. So keep tuning in. There's going to be a different link, but it's all going to the same place. Tomorrow we're doing these all day as well. Thank you everybody for participating in Portland Supply, Open on Candid. It has been a delight, and we will see you again very, very soon.